Right now on Up with KREM, we're taking you outside. Wildfire smoke fills the sky this morning. Thunderstorms later on today. We're talking everything from that to high fire danger.
And Spokane Regional Health District is reporting an increase in COVID-19 hospitalizations. KREM's Amanda Rowley is in the newsroom this morning to break down the impact that this could have.
That's right. Spokane hospitals are busy with recent increase in COVID hospitalizations. Does that mean elective surgeries will be canceled? I'll answer that in a few minutes.
Up with KREM begins now.
All right, good morning, everyone. And thanks so much for joining us for Up with KREM this morning. I'm Channing Curtis. I feel so excited because I got to do that this time.
What's that?
Because I got to welcome everybody to the show.
Were you nervous at all?
A little bit. A little bit.
I know exactly how that feels.
Channing is crushing it, and we're so glad to have you here with us on the show. You are just making our show so much better because it's been the bro show for a few weeks, and you know we got a little out of hand.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Not pointing any fingers, Jeremy.
Wow. Okay, so I might bring out, I wouldn't call it the worst in Tim, but the broiest of Tim.
What?
You know,
The
I'm just
worst?
like, well, I'm getting you off the
hurts a
rails,
little
getting
bit.
you to not pay attention. And Tim, you're very good at being serious and, you know, on track. And that you do that to me a little bit. But Channing is so professional, I just feel like I need to be like,
I don't know what I bring out
buttoned
in
up.
Jeremy, but anyways. Meanwhile, Jeremy, we got to get back on track though, because my goodness, the air quality has been so annoying over the last couple of days. Can I call it annoying? It's
Yes.
been annoying, but it is getting better.
yeah, I don't know a better word than just annoying. I don't know if you felt it, Channing, being here,
Yes.
and it's just something that kind of takes its toll. Even if you don't really think it's affecting you, it's kind of making me cranky, and my nose is bothering me. I'm doing
Eyes
this
are
all day.
dry.
I'm like,
Yes.
yeah.
All of that. It feels like your allergies are acting up, but I don't think they actually are. I think it's just the smoke.
Yeah, it's the smoke. We do have a little bit of grass pollen in the lower levels of the atmosphere as well. I kind of watch that every day. And then as the cotton starts flying around the region,
yeah.
then you start getting more grass. Anyway, it's not the cotton that's affecting your allergies. It's the grass because they correlate. It's complicated.
Oh, it's very complicated.
Absolutely.
Well, let's take a look outside. Two mornings side by side. So on your left is today in Spokane, and then on your right is what it looked like on Tuesday in Coeur d'Alene. So really not much of a difference. It's still very hazy outside.
No, that's true. Apparently, it's a little bit better today, though. Air quality is a little bit better, so that's good. We can spend a bit more time outside, but probably still not the best day to go for that morning jog outdoors. Maybe stick to the treadmill for another day or so.
Yeah, I'm like an anti-treadmiller. I don't want to be an anti-treadmiller, but I just love outdoors. They're just laughing at me over there. See, once again, off track. All right, here we go. Let's get back on track. 72 degrees here in Spokane, and you got decent visibility this morning, and that does correlate to our current air quality, or AQI. On the air quality index, we are hovering closer to moderate, and we are starting to see a couple of places have a little decline in air quality this morning, but everywhere you see here on the map, still in moderate and still enjoying some relatively cleaner air. We're in the 90s right now here, so we're on the upper end of that spectrum. Tomorrow it does look like we see air quality improve, and that follows around to thunderstorms later on today. So we'll start to see that gusty wind a little later. It's going to be blowing in from the south as some of those storms develop. A bigger chance of those storms and the potential for some severe weather down to our south and in central parts of Idaho. But for us, it is going to be thunderstorms, and we do have the threat of more wildfires sparking from some of that dry thunderstorm activity. That's lightning without any rain in those thunderstorms. Doppler radar not showing much early on this morning, but later on this afternoon is when those storms will develop. We'll see clouds move in with those storms moving in down to our south. So expect a relatively cloudy afternoon, but despite that, temperatures climb into the mid-90s.
Washington State is seeing a rise in COVID-19 cases and even hospitalizations. State health officials are concerned because they believe the increase is linked to that Delta variant.
Yeah, that's right. So the Spokane Regional Health District sharing an update on what these numbers look like here in Spokane. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley joining us now from the newsroom with the very latest on this. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning, Tim and Channing. The Spokane Regional Health District is now reporting 272 new cases. It is also reporting 30 new COVID hospitalizations from Monday, which brings the latest total to 85. Now, we have not confirmed the current capacity at Spokane hospitals, mostly because it fluctuates day to day. Both Providence, Sacred Heart, and Multicare say, though, they are seeing that increase in COVID hospitalizations. But they do have room to treat people who need care. However, interim health officer Dr. Frank Velasquez says hospitals are starting to reach a total they should not exceed on a regular basis. Channing?
Now, Amanda, I have a question for you. Can you tell us more about what impact this spike in COVID hospitalizations could have on our local hospitals?
Yeah, it's a great question. So Dr. Velasquez says Spokane's hospitals right now are very busy, and that's not only because of the recent increase in COVID hospitalizations, but also because they're seeing a lot of high acuity patients at the same time. And while the Delta variant is circulating through Spokane County, other strains of the virus are also spreading quickly in our region. Take a listen.
So that's something that we're tracking very closely, but it's a number that changes every day because patients get transferred between services depending on the acuity that they have, and patients get discharged to other care facilities.
So another thing, Amanda, I want to ask, early on in the pandemic, hospitals paused or rescheduled those elective surgeries when they became overwhelmed with COVID hospitalizations. I know you've been in contact with them. Is this something they're considering?
Yeah, so this is something I saw a lot of people asking on social media after we saw this uptick this week. So rescheduling or canceling elective surgeries is a strategy that hospitals can use to open up resources when it's needed, right? But according to Dr. Velasquez, at this time, Spokane hospitals are not discussing canceling or rescheduling elective surgeries. Reporting in the newsroom, Amanda Roldy, KREM 2 News.
All right, the time now is 6:37. It's time for your morning rush. More news in less time. Looking to get into the education field, Spokane Public Schools will be having a paraeducator job fair this evening. Now, SPS staff will be available to answer any questions about benefited positions, and they'll even be conducting interviews on site. Now, this job fair will be held from 5 to 7 p.m. at the new Tech Skills Center on North Regal Street. Well, getting a new Washington license plate right now could be more difficult than you think. The state may have to give out temporary paper license plates in some areas due to a labor shortage. Inmates actually help make plates for the state, but COVID safety protocols have slowed down the production. The paper license plates will be good for 2 months.
You know, we're all kind of getting used to something other than normal, right? It's not the perfect solution, it's just a temporary solution, but at least it is a workaround.
Now, other states are also facing plate shortages like Arizona, Nebraska, and North Carolina. Those states are even having trouble getting aluminum. Now, we don't know when metal plates will be back in full supply again.
The search continues for the 5-year-old boy from Fruitland, Idaho, who's been missing for more than a week now. Michael Vaughn was last seen near his home last Tuesday. Idaho State Police, the Boise Police Department, along with 13 law enforcement agencies are helping in that search. Investigators using helicopters, boats, and canines to try and find Michael. So far, there's no sign of him. Anyone with information about Michael's whereabouts is urged to call that number on your screen. And that's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media. Wow, hard to watch. You may have seen this video on your social media pages this week.
Now, Frontier Airlines passenger Maxwell Berry was arrested on Saturday. The video showed Berry screaming explicitives at the crew.
Wow, and other clips showed Berry talking and taking a swing at a male flight attendant and then later being tied up with duct tape. Now, he was allegedly arrested later for groping and assaulting flight attendants during a Miami-bound flight from Philadelphia.
According to the police reports, Berry had a drink while on the flight, and when ordering a third, he allegedly brushed an empty cup against the backside of a female flight attendant who told him not to touch her.
Now, we're also told that it also states that he began to get friendly with another female flight attendant and allegedly grabbed her in an inappropriate place. He then put his arms around both female flight attendants and allegedly groped them.
Now, he has been charged with 3 misdemeanor counts of battery. Frontier initially said that the flight attendants would be relieved of flying pending the investigation. However, the airline has now agreed to give them paid leave instead.
This is wild.
Oh my goodness.
Like, just be a decent person. I'm sorry.
Just sit on the flight. Just sit down. Buckle your seatbelt.
You know, and
Eat a snack.
here's the thing. People are going to watch this video and be like, okay, was that necessary to duct tape him? Well, actually, when you're in the air and
What
you're a
else can you
flight
do?
attendant, what are you going to do if there's not an air marshal on that flight? Sorry.
Yeah.
You're groping people. Like,
Exactly.
Don't grope people. Don't be a jerk. Don't punch people. Don't do all of that stuff. And why do people keep doing this on planes?
I don't understand.
they're going to ruin it for us.
I know.
You
I'm
know?
like, we have places to go. We just got to be able to fly again.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't do this.
Don't be a jerk.
Don't be a jerk. Pro
You would
tip.
think it would be simple.
Morning tips from Jeremy.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about weather. Coming up, we're going to take you back outside, and we're going to talk about things that you can do to not be a jerk, like don't be around people. I'll give you your outdoors forecast coming up.
And still ahead on Up with KREM, it's a midsummer and a classic play is coming to Riverfront Park this weekend. After the break, one of the actors will join us live on the air to talk about the big return to a live stage.